Welcome or welcome back to Life on the Fringe. Today I wanted to make a short little video about hamster sprays. I wanted to make this video because it's something that I feel like maybe people who are new to owning hamsters might not know about. It's certainly not something that gets talked about in pet stores, at least, but it can be a great way to enrich your hamster's environment and their life, and to encourage naturalistic behaviors in your hamster, as well as provide some visual appeal to your hamster cage, especially if you're going with kind of a naturalistic, what's known as like German style hamster cage. So what are sprays? Sprays are like little sprigs that you can put in your hamster cage that have like seeds. So your hamster can like run up nib, 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 on the seed, but they have to pick it off of the spray itself, then they have to shell it themselves, and then they get to the seed. What's nice about these is they can kind of be an addition to what you're already doing in terms of their diet. You already are going to have like some sort of a seed mix plus protein pellet kind of situation going on if you're buying them yourself versus making them. And you can add these to your diet. Another thing that I like about them is it encourages foraging. So one way to enrich a hamster's life that I think does get talked about more and more is scatter feeding. So rather than putting your food seed mix into a bowl, you spread it around the cage so that the hamster goes and looks for their seeds, and they have to like maybe do a little bit of climbing, or maybe you put it in like a little ball or whatever, and they have to like work at it, or at least like sniff and find it. And these kind of do the same thing. You put them around the cage, you stick it in the bedding, and your hamster has to like locate it and then work at getting the seed. There are lots of different sprays that you can use. I'm not going to list all of them. I'm only going to talk about the ones that I use because I can find them more easily. But if you want an extensive list, I'm going to link to Victoria Rochelle's down below. But I kind of wanted to talk about some easy ones that you can find. And then I did try and ordered some from a place she recommended, and I kind of wanted to talk about that as well. So easy to find sprays that you can find on the pet store or Amazon are oats and millets. So these are oat sprays. And you can see there's little hamsters on the bag. That doesn't make it hamster safe, of course, but oat sprays are. I don't always rely on the packaging, but whatever, not the point. So these you get in this like huge bag, which I like because I have 4 different hamsters. They each have obviously their own enclosure. So they kind of look like this, or like this. And the same, you just stick it in and they'll go for it. Our hamsters do eat these. They're not like their favorite, to be honest, in terms of all of the seeds. But they do, I have seen them like nibble on it and go for it. And personally, I like them because they are what I look for in a spray kind of visually. Because like I said, these are not like a central point of my hamster's diet. And they shouldn't be in yours really either, unless you know a lot about making your own hamster diet. But as add-ons, they're not going to be central, so they don't need to be your hamster's favorite. And I actually kind of, in my experience, think that they maybe shouldn't be, because, for example, we discovered that my hamster Patch loves flax sprays. So we'll put a sprig of flaxseed spray in his enclosure, and he will eat it right away, all at once. And then it's just an empty spray until we put another one in. And because we don't want it to be a central part of his diet, we don't replace them as soon as they're gone. We wait. And so, we kind of had to start using them as a treat instead of a staple in his enclosure. but oat sprays are a good balance of being enjoyed by our hamsters without disappearing right away. Because like I said, with sprays, of course, one of the reasons I got into sprays in the first place was because I wanted to encourage naturalistic behaviors, and I got really into kind of German style enclosures and scatter feeding and that kind of thing. And that's what got me interested in them. But I do like the visual aspect of sprays. And so I don't want them to just disappear overnight. Another spray that we get are millet sprays. These are in like the bird section of the enclosure, but they are safe for our hamsters. But you want to not put the whole thing in. We take a little bit and break it off of the main spray and then put like a miniature spray in the enclosure. And these our hamsters do like, especially when they were younger. They liked them. They still do, but less so now. So we just do a little bit in there, and same thing, they'll like go at it, try and get it off the branch. It's very cute. But yeah, don't put the whole spray in, just put in like little chunks. You'll see like how much you should put in based on like how much your hamster likes it. And if they like it too much, then you gotta cut back, and that's kind of what we did. But you'll see, the whole spray you would never put in anyway. It's like way more than your hamster would ever want, need, or should have. So those are the two easiest sprays to find. And we kind of stuck with those two as our primary sprays because of how difficult it can be to find sprays at pet stores or online, like through Amazon. And so we didn't go and look at Etsy because with the shipping delay, we would order our like sprays if we were low, and usually we would order them like a couple days before we wanted to do the enclosure, and we really only add sprays kind of when we like rearrange the enclosure, and we'll add sprays. So we knew like, oh, we're doing this, and I'd be like, oh, I really want to try like flax seeds, for example, and then it'd be like, oh, well, by the time they get here, we will have done all of the stuff. But I finally bit the bullet, and I tried to, check out some of the links that Victoria Rochelle had. So this is my experience with that shop. So it came in this like box, and it had this very cute like tissue paper. And it's got like hamsters on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like hamsters on it. And this is from Hammy Pals, and it says so on the thing, which is very good branding. It was very like much nicer than getting a package from Amazon. I felt this is not sponsored. But anyhow, so we ordered flax sprays from them, which I have been looking for so long. I keep hoping that Amazon will add them or a pet store will have them, and they're never there. So I bit the bullet and I got them. And like I said, this is what it looks like as an individual. And I'll show some footage of Patch just going to town on some flax seeds. But he loves them. They're very popular. Our hamster Rocky also really likes them. And our hamster Gamer is indifferent. And I don't know about Hypnos yet because he's a new hamster. But 2 out of the 3 hamsters that I do know their preferences love flax seeds. So I'm really happy that I finally bought them, and I definitely will be buying them from here on out as a staple spray. So I just need to be aware that because they take longer to ship, because they're from an independent supplier, that it will take about a month. We waited for these to come in. So we got the flaxseed, and then I also ordered from them oat sprays. And I was just curious, these were not that expensive, so I was like, oh, I'll get them. And basically I wanted to see how they compared to the larger, like, commercial brand. And what I like about these compared to these is the length of the stem and the way that they're packaged. It'll make it way easier to pull out the spray than out of that bag. Getting them out of that bag is a freaking hassle. But these will be easy to retrieve. And they just look a little greener. So I don't know if that means anything. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I figured since I was going with an independent supplier, I would try out their oats as well. So in addition to these, like oats, millets, and flax, there, like I said, are tons of different kinds of sprays that you can try. And I really recommend just like looking into it. That's the main point of this video. If you're interested at all in scatter feeding and naturalistic enclosures and encouraging natural behaviors, sprays are a great way to do that because it rewards your hamster with like food when they do their natural behavior. And as an aside to that, I thought I would throw in like a bonus tidbit. Finding chews can be really difficult for hamsters in terms of like being something that they will actually chew on and also fitting in with natural themed enclosures. You know, we use like the Whimsy alligators because they fit in, you know, thematically in the color scheme, but they're still not like natural chews. Our hamsters do like them, so we do use them. But like apple orchard sticks and bamboo sticks are options. And our hamsters kind of like those, but not really. And you really want your hamster to be chewing so that their teeth grind down because their teeth continuously grow. And one thing besides the Whimsy that we have found works really well are walnuts. You crack them just a little bit, you know, not open so you can easily just, they don't fall in half, that'd be stupid, but you just give them like a little tap to get it started. And the hamster likes, you know, hamsters like walnuts typically, and so they will chew the shell of the walnut to get to the like actual nut on the inside, and then they can eat the walnut, like it's safe. You don't want to, again, these are kind of fatty, so you don't want to put in like tons of walnuts. They shouldn't be your only chew. But we were having such a hard time for the longest time finding a good chew that we really like, and walnuts have been one of the saving graces. And they're like a naturalistic, they're natural, this is a nut. You know, so it fits with the theme of our cages, so I really like it. So it's kind of a bonus. It's not a spray, but I didn't know what to call it. Maybe I'll do a whole video on chews. But anyhow, I thought I would include it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave your favorite spray down below. I really want to try out a whole bunch. I'm currently waiting on some like different petals and like herbs and like dandelions to come in. Those aren't sprays, but they're whatever. That's going to be its own like video. But I'm currently waiting on a bunch of different like mixtures of those to come in. So if there's anything like that that you use that you like, leave it down below so I can try it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our content, click subscribe, ding the bell button to know when we post. And most importantly, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!